In this one, we want to fire an AdWords conversion when somebody reaches a thank you page. This is a page that's usually landed on after somebody submits a form and we say, thank you for your information. Somebody will be in contact with you soon. So how do we do that within AdWords? We're not going to use Google Tag Manager in this case. We are going to use gtag.js. So let's take a look first at our setup here. We have the form redirecting to a thank you page, and we have currently gtag.js from the Google Analytics we set up earlier. In fact, I'm just going to copy it straight out, start fresh. We know that that's actually updated right now. Okay, we have gtag.js, and we can verify this by refreshing our site, opening up Google Tag Assistant, enabling, refresh, and we can see gtag.js and Google Analytics. Great. So that's important to know because when we copy Google Analytics code, it already has this gtag.js stuff. Okay? And when we go and create a conversion like we're going to do right now, you need to know that. So we're here, we have several options. We can track conversions from our website, our app, phone calls, or import. We're going to choose website, but I highly encourage you to check out these other ones just to see the capabilities within AdWords. So we're going to give it a name, form, submit, and then we're going to say category. This could be a sign up, this could be a lead, this could be the view of a key page. For example, we're viewing the thank you page. So which one do you choose? It doesn't really matter what you choose here. It's more about what it means to you. I would choose lead, but it's up to you. For the value, if all the conversions had the same value, for example, $10, we would put 10 here. If the conversion value is different, for example, on a website where people can purchase items, you have different total amounts. So that's going to take extra configuration to actually do this. But what you're entering here is a default value, or you cannot have any value at all. I'm going to choose that one for now. This count part is really important. So if every time a conversion happens, it's valuable, you would want to choose every. And a good example would be if you're on an e-commerce website. If I submit an order 5 times, every single order has a value. Whereas if I'm on your website, if I'm on this page and I submit this form 10,000 times because I'm bored, then it doesn't really matter because if I eventually end up buying services or products from you, I'm still only one lead. I'm still only one person. And plus, if I'm submitting this 10,000 times, you don't want to contact me. Trust me. But the point is, we want to choose one if it's basically lead generation like, and we'll choose every, usually if it's e-commerce, but there are exceptions to that rule. We'll choose one, and then these other options, I would just keep them as the default. A conversion window of 30 days is pretty typical. That means if somebody visits your website, they leave, they come back within 30 days, a conversion is recorded. This is important if your conversion window has a lag. And view through conversions, that's when people are on a website, they maybe see an ad, a display ad, but they don't click it, and they eventually come back to your site through one way or another and convert. You want to keep that window short because attribution can get pretty mucky. Including conversions, yes, because we want to include as much data later as we can. And then last, click attribution model. That's pretty standard. That's for direct response lead type generation. You want to basically attribute, I already have the same name, attribute the conversion to the last click. Okay, here we are going to install the tag ourselves. If we were using Google Tag Manager, we would just need this information, but we are installing it ourselves. Now this is where the global site tag comes into play. Remember, we installed Google Analytics already. So the big question is, do we need to copy this code again? And the answer is no. Don't copy this code multiple times. All you need to do is instead choose this option. Now take note of this part here within the code. I'm going to click the second radio button and look what it gives us. It says we just really need to copy this into our existing, let me try that there, our existing gtag.js. That's it. That's all we have to do. Now we hit update. Now remember, this gtag is on every page. So we're adding this to our site on every page as well. You might be wondering, do we want to do that? Because right now we're trying to add a conversion, and we don't want a conversion on every page, right? So I updated this, and let's just take a look at what happened. So remember before I had gtag.js in Google Analytics. We refresh this page, and we can see all of a sudden we have Google Ads Remarketing. Now that might come to us as a surprise to you. Basically, this code right here, the global site tag, Google Ads, we're getting it from the place where we get our conversion code, right? But what's interesting is we can open up Audience Manager here. And then over here, Audience Sources. So Audience is kind of like the remarketing area. We can click this Edit Source. This is Google Ads tag. So essentially there is just one Google Ads tag. And this is essentially how you add remarketing as well to your website. And I want to show you this. Let's open up a website I use all the time. Text Compare. This is the remarketing tag. The place where we got the remarketing tag from is the remarketing area. Now let's copy this place where we got our AdWords conversion code from. Delete the white space and hit compare. Let's see what's different here. Well, what's different is this one has a space. Okay, let's try that again. That was supposed to be like a build up to some exciting moment, and then I screwed it up. But anyways, the point is the two texts are identical. So the remarketing tag and the Google conversion G tag, whatever you want to call it, is identical. So that's important to know. So how do we add a conversion to our thank you page after somebody submits this? That's where this part comes in. We want to add an event snippet. So here we have page load or click. The code changes below depending on how you choose, which you choose, and then we click, copy that. The reason we're doing this is because we want to fire that specific snippet on our actual thank you page. So imagine I'm going here. This is the thank you page right now. It doesn't have any conversion tag on it, but it does have the remarketing tag, gtag.js, Google Analytics. So anytime somebody reaches this page after submitting this form, I want this snippet right here to fire. I know I'm going quite in depth here, but I really want you to understand this. And the way we can do that is, in this case, I'm in the WordPress specific case, I'm just going to do this. Fire snippet. The reason I'm using this is because I can tell it where to fire. So in your mind, you should just be thinking, okay, I need to go to this thank you page. in whatever CMS system I'm using, content management system I'm using, and I need to put that snippet code on this thank you page. That's what you should be thinking. And I can do that very easily by using this plugin by just saying thank you page. Putting this snippet on this thank you page. We will put it in the header. The reason we put it in the header is because that's what it says to do here. Put it in the head tags. And then we want to show on all devices, and we just copy it in and paste it. That's it. Hit save. Okay, now let's give this a try. Let's close this page, refresh this. I'm going to submit this form. Send. So up here we can see the AdWords conversion code fired. All looks good. If we go back to the previous form, notice it's not on this page. The Google Ads conversion code's not on that page. It's not on other pages of my site. It's only on that thank you page. And that should cover it for this video. Let's go on to the next.